In this tutorial, we'll solve the Bootstrap 5 collapse not working. All right, so I'm using an example here. You can ignore everything else, but here I'm using the collapse, right, in the nav bar. And for me, it's working now, but if it's not working for you, the most likely reason is simply that you don't have the right for Bootstrap, right? So if you're including Bootstrap via CDN, make sure you have the correct updated version 5 links. So if you go to their homepage, when you Google Bootstrap docs, you can find the first link. And actually it links to an older version, so be careful. It's actually version 4, we're in version 5 now. But if you click on the logo, you should see the latest version if you go to the homepage, right? And then if you scroll down, you'll see the 2 links that you need. Now, very importantly, when you copy CSS, you can just paste it here. And I'm actually in the example, I'm also including Bootstrap icons. We can ignore that here, that you need to include it separately. But importantly, we only have one link for the JavaScript. Right, so Popper.js is already included here in Bootstrap 5. So some of you may actually link to Popper.js separately, and that will actually give problems. So make sure you are only linking to this complete JavaScript bundle. I'm including it here in the head, and because of that, I'm using the defer attribute here, so it doesn't block parsing the rest of the page. Right, so it's really important that if you start working with Bootstrap, that you have mastered the underlying fundamentals. Those are CSS and JavaScript as well. I have courses on them. Definitely check them out. The links are in the description. Right, so make sure you have the correct CDN link. Now, if that doesn't solve your problem, you also need to check that you are using the correct data attributes, right? So here, for example, I have data BS toggle, and in Bootstrap 5, it's with BS in there. Before it was data toggle, but now it's data BS toggle, right? And data target has become data BS target. So make sure you have all of these data attributes wherever you use them. Make sure you have the correct syntax. All right, so if that didn't solve it, another problem might be that you have the wrong ID, right? So here, for example, I'm using data BS target navbar nav, right? So it's referencing an element with an ID of navbar nav, and that's this element. Right, so it has this ID, right? It's using the hashtag here. Make sure you have all of these IDs wherever you're using them. Make sure they match up. If that doesn't work, you can also just go to inspect and check the console for any errors and just try to solve any errors that you see. And if that doesn't work, probably best to just start with the component from scratch. So just go to the homepage, just go to the docs, whatever component you're using. This collapse is usually used in navbar here, so that's why I'm showing you that. So in that case, you would go to navbar here. You would start from their examples, right? Because you're not going to remember all of these classes. It's not good to start to code this from scratch because you're probably going to make mistakes. So better to just copy one of their examples and modify it to get exactly what you want, and then it should work. By the way, if this was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Also, check out my courses on CSS and JavaScript if you want to take those skills to an advanced level. Because in there, we will build some beautiful real-world projects from scratch so you can see how everything fits together and really master CSS or JavaScript. And I will also release other courses soon like React and Node.js. So if you want to be notified, then make sure you are subscribed to the email newsletter. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.